Welcome to the flow.
Hello, you gorgeous and magnificent being. How are you today? Welcome to a new Zentara Flow episode. So, today I want to talk about something that very much like my last episode regarding New Age might seem a little contradictive, a little incoherent, but it actually is not. So, I want to talk about healing, and the reason why it seems a bit incoherent or it can potentially feel incoherent is because this space, Sentara Flow, a good part of it was born because of my healing journey. And I suppose that the tools and the chats that I have here for you to tune into are potentially so you can improve your life in some sort of way, or at least gain some positive, interesting, good insights that might turn into something good for your life, right? But the thing is, or what made me think about recording this episode is the fact that healing is a beautiful thing. And I feel that healing is a synonym of self knowledge, self acceptance, inner knowing, reconnection with yourself, and remembering the power that lies within every single one of us seeds of God, of the Creator that we are, right? Um, which is always magnificent, wonderful, and beautiful. So basically, the part of my journey that I feel might be useful to you to hear today in this episode is that I was into my healing journey potentially, I don't know, 5, 6 years into it. It started around 2019 ish. And one day it kind of dawned on me that I was very much becoming, I'm going to say, quote unquote, addicted to healing. So I really started developing unknowingly, unconsciously, this personality that my main character was kind of really digging into or leaning into, which was Andre, the person that is constantly healing herself. Because I'm going to be honest, it felt really good to keep on looking for, investing in, and finding new courses, books, philosophies, teachers, and whatnot that helped me or made me feel like I was healing my old wounds from my childhood and my depression and whatnot. And the thing is, it was all fine and well while all those tools were actually actively helping me heal from a depression state of mind to a thriving, happy, content place in my life. But I was well over healed, if I may say so. Like, I feel like the first 3, maybe even 4 years that I was very deep into going with my psychologist and finding new medicines and courses and techniques and rituals and information and reading about quantum physics and manifestation and energy and meditations and blah, blah, blah. All of those, I feel like the first 3, 4 years were indeed very powerful tools that helped me move from a very dark space in my life to a very good place in my life. But then I was already in a very good place in my life, and I had become sort of addicted to keep on finding more tools to keep on healing. And I feel like that's when it kind of dawned on me that I was giving my mind, my body, myself the message that I still was somehow broken, that I still was somehow like this broken person, broken project that needed fixing, instead of a person that was just into, learning more about life and tools to keep improving her life, but from a very good place already. And so that's why I thought about doing this episode today, because maybe you are in the same place where I was a couple of years ago. So maybe you already started your healing journey a couple years ago, a couple months ago. And if you feel like you still need those tools, then good. I'm certainly not going to be the person to stop you doing from doing so, because like my reason for doing this is because all of those tools actually help me, and I realize the power that lies within reconnecting with yourself, accepting yourself, learning to love yourself, and healing and releasing old traumas and understanding certain things that happen in your life so that you can move on and move forward towards the life that you dream and want and can have. Um, so the message today is to maybe just be aware, to not become the personality that feels that always has to be working on themselves. It's important for us to understand where we're in a very bad place and actually do need to actively, in a more powerful, consistent way, dedicate our time, effort, energy, resources to move ourselves to a better feeling place. But I guess the thing that I found myself realizing was that after years of healing myself, I was still in a place of desperately trying to find new tools and new things. I kind of became addicted to healing, if that makes sense. And so at some point, I just kind of sat with myself and started talking to myself. And as I mentioned in the Spanish episode, I found this tool that is very useful to me. So I'll share it with you today. And it's to talk to myself with myself, if that makes sense. So there's usually like personifying myself. Sometimes I do it with my brain, sometimes I do it with my inner child, and sometimes I do it as if there was a second grown up me. And depending on the situation that I'm noticing and how I'm feeling, I talk to those different characters, if you will. And so there was just a random day where I kind of that thought dawned on me, and I realized that I was kind of becoming addicted to seeing myself as this project that needed fixing, and I was very fixated in trying to heal myself, where really I was in a much better place already than the one I was when I started this journey, this self-discovery journey, this healing journey to move from depression towards a very beautiful and happy life. And so I figured it would be a good idea to maybe tell you that story of myself, and that maybe if you're someone that also began their healing journey months ago or years ago, just to remember that you're not a lost cause, a broken person, a broken project that's going to perpetually, forever and ever need to spend the vast majority of their days fixing yourself, right? Like if you were a broken vase or a broken mirror, you are a person that maybe had some rough years, a rough path, a rough patch. But if you took the opportunity to look for the tools and the persons and the techniques and the whatnots to help you be in a better place, and you are in a better place, just don't fall into the trap of thinking that you're always going to need to be constantly fixing yourself and healing yourself, because that's kind of entering in a never ending loop, right? And instead of feeding your mind or giving your mind the right message that you're in a good place right now, and from that point to keep on moving forward, sure, open, still open to receiving new information and learning from different things and different teachers and expanding and whatnot. But it's one thing to be in a bad place, move from it, and then from that better place to be open to keep on expanding towards a better and better and better life, and doing that from a very light place of worthiness and understanding your worth and your value, and that you and knowing that you already are enough, and that you're not some broken project that needs help forever. That's very different from being in a dark, depressive state or in a very bad place in your life, moving towards something better, but still not recognizing that you're already a little bit better, or a lot better, and just keep seeing yourself like that first version where you started from your deepest or lowest point, and just keep seeing yourself regardless of how much you move towards a better place, to just keep seeing yourself or projecting yourself or thinking about yourself like this person that forever will need to keep on healing and fixing themselves, because that other situation, the latter one, is kind of a never-ending loop. It's kind of um, pointless to quote unquote heal yourself if you never allow yourself to actually open your eyes and realize to the fact that you have healed, and that you just keep thinking that you need to heal and you need to heal and you need to heal and you need to heal, and when you've already done much healing, but you keep seeing yourself as that broken person, quote unquote, but don't allow yourself to actually realize how far you've come and how much better you are now and how good life is or can be. So yeah, that's my message from today, because also in the Spanish episode, I was telling the story about how I was kind of, besides having this eureka moment of allowing myself to stop seeing myself like a permanent thing or project that needed to be fixed, and that actually stopped for a second and realized, okay, wait, now you're in a very, like, you're in a much better place, and it is fun and it is cool and it is great because of my personality, and because I love learning new things, and I love going all in into the things that excite me and that I find interesting. It was kind of a natural path for me to keep on learning and knowing and investigating about different healing tools and methods and schools and philosophies and whatnot. But kind of the moment that I made it conscious that I was choosing to do it because out of interest and out of the lightness and the fun of keep expanding my consciousness and learning more things that can turn into fun, interesting things to incorporate into my life just for the kicks of it, became kind of like a very big breather for my conscious and unconscious levels to realize that I could do it from there, instead of keeping on learning and studying and researching and looking up for more tools and more ways for me to keep on healing, as if there was still so much more healing to be done ahead of me, right? And that's not to say that I feel like, oh, I'm in a perfect state now and I just woke up today and I know it and I feel it in my bones that today is the day when I woke up completely healed. Like, I don't think there's a day that actually happens in any person's life. And if there is, it would be super interesting to know. To share your comments. But basically, just understanding that we're ever evolving and changing beings, and therefore, there's always going to be room for improvement, and there's always going to be room for expansion. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully, that's at least what I tell myself. Hopefully, I'll always be hungry to keep expanding myself towards joy and happiness and knowledge and living and experiences and beautiful things happening in my life. But the fact that I get to be living a human experience that gets to expand that doesn't mean that that expansion needs to constantly be about healing myself, because that means that I see myself as a broken thing or project constantly. And now I've kind of shifted that concept into knowing that I was in a dark place and I'm in a better place now, and I'm so thankful and I'm happy to keep on learning things, to keep on improving my life, but not from a place of needing to fix myself, but from a place of lightness, where it actually feels fun and interesting and playful to keep on learning different tools and things to kind of quote unquote like play the game of life, right? So I guess I just wanted to share that reflection with you, in case maybe you're someone that is in a point where I found myself a couple of years ago, into making that shift from seeing myself as an endless project, as an endless broken project, from that to a person that healed and is happy to keep on learning and improving themselves, but from a much different, more light, more empowering place, even. So, yeah, I think for the English one today, I'm just gonna keep it short, super short. There's more things that I said in the Spanish one, but for some reason, I'm getting called to just end it right here. Maybe this needed to be a very short one in English. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, I invite you to take what resonates and to just, ignore what doesn't. Thank you for being here. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. That's a beautiful and very easy way and free way for you to support what I am doing here. And if you feel that this message can contribute in a positive way to someone else, please share it. And do feel free to like and comment as well. I love reading your comments. It's great feedback for me, especially since I am new in this universe of podcasting and whatnot. And that's it. Just to remind you that you're worthy, you're wonderful, you're amazing, you're creative, you're very much loved. And I am so glad that you are here living this human experience, sharing this beautiful same timeline. And I send you lots of love, a very big hug, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. I love you. Bye bye.